Good morning to you. It is a busy day here, Election Day, and on the phone line I have Mason County Commissioner Kevin Shutty. Good morning, Kevin.
Morning, Jeff. How are you?
I am well. How are you doing this morning?
Good, thanks.
Well, thanks for calling in and talking with me. It looks as we are starting the morning here that the vote here in the county, the Mason County levy to support general fund expenses is failing here, 67% to 32% or so. What do you think about that?
Well, when I came on a couple of weeks ago to have a conversation about this proposition as well as the 2018 budget process, I said that, first and foremost, this was an opportunity for the voters in Mason County to weigh in on the level of services that the county provides and in the level at which they're funded. And, the people have spoken pretty resoundingly with the results as of last night. And, nearly 70% have said, don't raise our taxes, live within your means. And so that's the message that I walk away from last night's election results with, and that's the message that I hope to carry into the 2018 budget process going forward.
What do you think this is going to do to the budget process, and will you guys look to raise any of the property taxes based on your personal ability to do that?
We only have the ability to implement a 1% increase, which is based on state law and voter-passed initiatives, and and that was always a part of the equation going into the 2018 budget process. And so we're certainly not going to be looking to go away from that at this point. And I think the flavor of the conversation here going forward is certainly going to be how do we live within this new reality of ours where, we have very few options in order to generate revenue in order to meet the increasing costs of doing business in county government. And so, as we look at it, we're going to have to focus on the expenditure side, on the cost side, as the people have said, no new revenue for the county. And, and I think that speaks quite a bit to the people's, sentiments that, in their own homes and their own budgets, they get a fixed amount of money that they have to work with every year, and they don't have the opportunity to go ask their friends and neighbors to help bail them out. And I think that's part of the message that the people are sending to us here is you're going to have, you're going to have what you have and make it work. That's why a lot of us were elected. Certainly, that's why I ran for office was to get in there and make the hard decisions, take the challenges head on, and and that's where we find ourselves this morning.
Do you think this will have any impact on the current budget and the departments working on what they've got coming to present to you?
Yeah, absolutely it will. I mean, there's no way around that. I think when we get in the office today, this afternoon, we're going to have a budget workshop that's basically a review of the results of the election, and I think from there it's probably not going to have an effect on 2017. We made a significant amount of cuts this summer, but certainly for 2018, we're going to be budgeting based on the revenue that we project that we're going to take in. So we'll be getting updated revenue forecasts here in the next couple of days or so, and whatever those numbers come back as is what we're going to have to work with for the 2018 budget, and that will mean some structural changes to the services that we provide. And one of the options that some offices have floated and have been reduced hours, closures during lunch, perhaps a reduced work week. I'm going to go into this process and I'm going to look to save every county job that I possibly can. But certainly staff reductions, as we saw over the summer, are going to be one option that offices have to bring forward and have to have as part of a conversation. As commissioners, we've found a way to cut our budget by more than the 17.5% that was outlined in the budget guidelines that we put forward a couple of months ago. Each commissioner has agreed to donate back a portion of their salary for 2018. I've opted out of the public pension program, the PERS pension program that's offered to county employees and elected officials. So I'm certainly very much aware of what it takes to have to cut the budget, for the county. I understand it's painful, and I've tried to take part of that on my personal budget as well. I think opting out of the pension was a responsible way to save the county an additional $10,000 a year from my side. I'm willing to do that. It's not, and I understand not everybody is going to have that same opportunity, but we're going to be looking for things like that. We're going to be looking for people to come to the table and be able to offer up reasonable solutions to this, and it's a challenge to all the electeds to work together. We can't afford to continue to go backwards in this county and look at what happened years ago, and and continue to fight old fights. We all need to be on the same page about where we're going, and there's always a lot of talk about what the priorities of government are here in Mason County, and I can tell you this, Jeff, and I want the people of Mason County to hear this loud and clear. My priority, first and foremost, is passing a balanced, sustainable budget. We're going to do that on the revenue that people are willing and able to provide. We're not going to spend more than we need to in order to provide those services, and that was why I was a strong advocate of passing a balanced budget resolution a couple of weeks ago, because it's clear that people are telling us, live within your means. Government spends what we provide it, not what it wants to spend.
Mason County Commissioner Kevin Shutty, Commission Chair, and thanks for calling in this morning and talking with me.
Yeah, my pleasure. We'll keep you posted on how things go from here.
Thank you, sir.